Are the John Wick films pulp or art? On one level, it's the story of a nigh unkillable hitman racking up a body count that even an 80s action film would think to be a bit over the top, whilst taking on a super secret society of assassins with more influence, manpower and indecipherable rules than the post office. On the other hand though, my god, these films look and sound so good that it makes every other film look like they're just not even trying. The framing of the shots, the choreography of the numerous fight scenes, the fact it looks like they paid their editor to buy the cut and the budget was really running low by that point, the near total use of practical effects, and the way that the more that's revealed to us through hints and whispers, the more we want to know, the minimal use of dialogue, and the fact that this film just seems to take itself so seriously when it could so easily fall into camp. I'm prepared to think that there's some sort of miraculous hybrid which exists because a hell of a lot of people put in a hell of a lot of work to create this piece of part? Alp? Putt? Pull art? Anyway, we pick up 10 minutes after the end of John Wick 2 Wick Harder, where, to paraphrase Finding Nemo, there are 7 billion people in the world and they're all looking for one. As soon as the buzzer goes off, you know, manners count. Then, a ton of fight scenes happen, Halle Berry finally gets some cinema work that she can feel proud of for the first time in a decade, and 131 minutes later, the wife picks my jaw up off the floor, pops my eyeballs back in, and says that no, it's not a good idea for me to start taking martial arts lessons again, and I start counting down the days until part 4 gets released. Because whilst this is an amazing, incredible, beautiful film, which brings in some awesome new characters and develops some existing ones, the Italian Job had a less obvious cliffhanger ending.
Hang on a minute, lads. I've got a great idea.
I suppose I could comment on how there seems to be no situation that Wick... By the way, technically, it isn't the wick that gets set off. You didn't know that, right? You light the wick, sure, but then it burns down till the flame reaches some sort of explosive, and that's what gets set off, right? Sorry. Where was I? Notes. Oh, right, there's seemingly no situation when Wick doesn't have some sort of favour, or loophole, or MacGuffin to exploit when he's not killing every non-dog organic life form in a 5-mile radius. Because apparently every non-dog organic life form in a 5-mile radius is an assassin in this universe. Apart from me, obviously. I'm not an assassin, as far as you know. Not too sure about the script guy, though. That guy's weird. Tiny, pitiful, irrelevant niggles aside, this film is awesome. It's got the best horse chase since True Lies. The only interesting underwater fight I've ever seen. Every character is cool, interesting and fun, even if one did get a bit weird towards the end. I mean, there are films where you can chew the scenery and some where you can't. John Wick 3, Wick with a Vengeance, is definitely in the latter case. But minor niggles aside, this film, it's the Mona Lisa of action films. It's a simple, basic story which is nevertheless full of twists and turns and never less than enjoyable. I like that the film's theme of actions having consequences is carried over to so many characters, and it's got more inventiveness in its fight scenes than every other blockbuster this year put together. Not too sure about the upcoming TV series though, I think that might be a step too far. One more film to wrap everything up before this franchise gets crushed under its own weight and allow film geeks like me to hold it up for the ages, whilst everything else gets covered in CGI 12A sludge. So I definitely think you should drop everything and see it now. And what is your favourite film with a stupidly high body count? Comment below, let me know. I'm Daniel, it's been a donkey. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe.